Hey everybody, what's up? It's the Grow Show. We in the house. Today is National Roller Coaster Day, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Some crazy stuff that just happened, like that I found out a little while ago. What's up, Luco? There's a lot of crazy stuff that was going on, and what do you call it? And we're going to talk about all that. I better write them down before I forget, because there was some crazy things that happened. Come on, pen. And then, yeah. I didn't write them down, but it popped in my head again. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's some crazy things that were going on, and we're going to talk about announcements. We're going to talk about the Six Flags Rewards loyalty program. I printed out the stuff so we could go over it. We're going to be talking about upcoming Ace events, some news, some other stuff going on. And, yeah, we will, there's been a bunch of announcements, some kind of low-key, some, well, actually, I can't say big, but the big one yesterday from Yukon Striker, and then Kings Island's ones today. What's up, Infinite Coasters? And then we're going to talk about, some stuff from Six Flags New England, Cedar Point, Legoland, New York City, Universal Orlando, Schlitterbahn in Kansas, some more Six Flags stuff, the Six Flags America announcement, Kings Island, Canada's Wonderland, Waldameer, SeaWorld, Walt Disney World, Busch Gardens, and we're going to talk about that accident there, what is it, Hyperion there overseas, that happened today, along with the Busch Garden train catching fire. That's what I had to write down, those two things. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Canada's Wonderland, Riding of the Bull, and some other stuff. Yeah, I did, I mean, as you guys seen some of the videos, like the last few videos and the last few shows, I had the poof on the head, and I was sick of the poof. So, and doesn't the shirt look like huge on me? Like, I bought it yesterday, you know, and this is a 2X, and realistically, I should be wearing XL shirts now. XL shirts, they fit. Some, depending upon the material, are tight, some are just normal, but it all depends. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do. It does feel good to actually fit in an XL shirt, because it's been years. I'm talking like before my kids were born, when it was the last time I fit in an XL shirt. Like, I could actually like wear it, because like, you know how like sometimes when you go to media days and stuff, and like the biggest shirt size they have, or when they're giving away T-shirts, is an XL. It's like you can wear it once and then you can never wear it again once you wash it. You know, wash and dry it or whatever. I remember that happened when I did the zombie run. It was the biggest shirt size I had was XL. I wore it. It was fit okay, and then once it got washed, but it's actually in a frame with the metal in the other part of the other part of the basement. So it's just gonna stay there until I move, and then it'll be up in the new studio, hanging up somewhere. But yeah. One thing before we get into everything, anybody that's watching this after, if you haven't subscribed, like, share it, you know, the usual spiel. But I'm actually working on designs for T-shirts. Some people have asked me about T-shirts. I don't expect them to be huge sellers by any means at this point, but there is a company that I found online that once I put the design up, we can put links to the store of this thing, and they'll be able to, what do you call it? You know, you purchase the shirt you want, and then they ship it to you. You don't even have to, I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. You buy it, they ship it right to your door, which is beautiful. They print it, they do everything. I don't have to worry about nothing. So we're working on that. So if there's any graphic designers out there, please feel free to contact me. I'm going to be putting that out. I mean, as you've seen the bumper car logo we've been kind of running with for a little bit, I want to get a couple of the different kind of logos, and we're going to do that. And the good thing is I don't have to put up any money, which is nice. You know, and we'll do this for a little bit, and then we'll bump up the quality, and then I'll suck it up and buy them, and you know, big box of shirts, you know, kind of thing like that. But for now, to get us going, you have, if you want samples, you have to buy them. But I'll just buy like one of every kind of shirt that I'm making, and then we'll put it on somebody to take a picture with, so you can kind of see what it looks like and if it's any good before we went and sold them. I don't want them to be crap. That's what we're working on. And the other channel we have, the Martin's Family channel, we're gonna do the Devon shirt, the cheeseburger shirt. And matter of fact, we're gonna do a creepy Croatian shirt. We're gonna do a toxic Taco Boy shirt. See, the thing about these three ding dongs, I mean, I love Luco, Devon, and Jeremy to death and to pieces, but they have like their whole little shtick. You know what I mean? Like you know, like, I mean, I could do the whole Dr. Giggles thing, but that's not for that. You know what I mean? So, I need to find myself a new shtick. I don't know. I got to find one and something. But, yeah. So, with that being said, let's hop on into the news. And then as we break it down, I'm sure everybody's seen it to death, the Yukon announcement video. We're just going to show it anyway. We're going to talk about the facts. We're going to talk about all the announcements. And then we're going to speculate about Six Flags America. And we're going to speculate about Six Flags New England. And so yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some speculating. We're going to have some fun talking. Luco's over there in Croatia having fun. Well, we're here sucking it up over here. But yeah. All right, so first on the list is Six Flags New England, and we're not going to talk about, after we get through the news, we'll speculate about Six Flags New England, but I want to get this out there quickly. This weekend is Kids Fest. It's a new thing they're doing for the weekend. Also with it is the Northern Lights Laser Show. So if you're going to go, and it looks like Saturday may potentially be a washout, as it looks like right now Saturday looks to be a ton of rain. So you got Friday and Sunday, basically. We're going Sunday. And I'm going to cover Kids Fest. So if you didn't know about it, it's all about kids. It's not about anything else. It's just for the kids. And there's going to be all kinds of activities and stuff and whatnot. And it's going to be all kid-centric. So that starts tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to take care. We're going to cover all that. We'll make posts on Facebook. Hopefully I can get off my butt and do Twitter. And I really need to sign into the Instagram, because I don't know if anybody, I haven't looked. I'm bad. Like, I know Brandon Allen and some others like Kyle and Sarah have access to the Instagram. I have access to it. I just haven't put the the login for it to actually post anything. So I need to start doing that, because some people have asked me, like, why, when are you going to do some Instagram stuff? So we'll do that. I'm gonna try and do some live videos. I'm also going to take video, pictures, blah, blah, blah. All the good stuff. Tomorrow, we're actually going to go to the Washington County Fair at night down in Rhode Island. Check that out. And then I'm going to go to Twin River Casino and just waste money that I know I'm not going to win anything, because, I'm not good at winning money. So yeah, so we're gonna cover that. We're gonna film the laser show. We're gonna film the, a bunch of Kids Fest stuff. Look around. We're gonna be looking around for any markings we can find for 2019. And at the end, I'm gonna talk about some speculation. I don't know for sure if this is true or not, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Also, so remember Kids Fest, if you're up for that. What's up, John? Hey, what's up? Doc at the Hot Wieners game, still here. What are you at, what do you call it? Oneyville Weenies in your next store over there? Because if you know in Oneyville, if you go to Oneyville Weenies, next door is the Shelter. The Shelter is a barcade. Didn't know if you knew that. I know the guy because he's bought machines from me. I bought machines from him. He had my Theater of Magic. In there, he had my Jackpot. I bought his Tales from the Crypt, his NBA Fast Break, Judge Dredd, X-Files. The only one out of all those I still got is Tales from the Crypt. It's kind of funny. All right, so Cedar Point, over the weekend, they had to shut down Steel Vengeance. It blew a tire in the brake run there. And Luco brought up, we were making jokes, because with the loose article policy that they have, no cell phones or anything, and I actually, Oh, you're at Pawtucket Red Sox, and they got hot wieners tonight. Ah, hot weenies. I love hot wieners. So Luco had made the joke about, hey, now they're gonna put the wheels in the lockers too now, because it became a loose article, blowing, flying off, whatever it did. But they fixed it. It got it back open. It's back open. It's good. But yeah, it's good. We all know about all the baloney going on with Legoland New York City, but there was actually a little bit of positive. They released about a 3-minute video I'm not going to show, but if you go to Legoland New York City's Facebook or whatever, you can see what's proposed for what they want to build. And I will say, it looks awesome. I don't know how many of you have been to a Legoland. I know myself, Luco, and the kids, we've been to the one well, not Orlando, but in Florida. And I know a lot of people have been to Legolands. And they're fun part. If you love Legos, then you have to go. They're going to have a Lego factory. They're going to have rides. It seems like they're going to just keep adding the Dragon Coaster, which is cool. I'm not knocking it. I like it. I know it's all like kiddie stuff and all that, but if you like Legos, then you're most likely going to like Legoland. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of it, and I can't wait to see what happens. But if you really want to see what it looks like, go check out, and you can go see the 3-minute video, and it looks fantastic. I can't wait for it to open. What is that, 2020? So we got a little bit of time to go, not too much more, but we got some time to go. Then they'll have it, and it'll be open, and it'll be great. And I know I'm gonna go. And if I like it, I may even break down and get a season pass to it, because it's really not that far. I enjoy Legoland. I really love the Orlando one. I really had a great time with it. I had a ball. Like, I really didn't want to leave, but we had to leave. But Legoland's great, and I'll wait and see what it looks like when it opens, and that'll depend if I want to get a season pass and how much and la 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 la. You know, but I'm really contemplating it. Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? The Eagles and the Patriots were playing during my show. I'm not playing during an Eagles game. They're playing a game during my show. I hate that. They just played a game Thursday night. What is this 2 Thursday nights in a row crap? Should be on a Sunday. Should be on a Sunday. But see, since I don't really care about sports as much as everybody else, well, hey, you know what? If you love the sports and you want to watch it, by all means, I won't take offense by you not watching the show. I get it. People got life. People got things. You can always catch up on it later. But or you can put it side by. You know, you can watch it while what do you call it? You can watch the show and the game. You know, if I start getting boring, hey, I'm watching a game. The hell with this idiot that looks like a UPS driver with a shirt. So Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights finally officially announced the return of Michael Myers for Halloween 4. So that's going to be coming out. So all these leaks and stuff were finally coming through. And, I mean, this year's kind of being a solid year for IP haunts and stuff. I'm kind of interested to see the original ones. But, unfortunately, I don't see myself hitting Halloween Horror Nights this Halloween season. I think I may make it a point to go next year. But if I do, I'm doing that VIP thing, and I'm not waiting in the lines. I want to skip everything. I'm going to be like one of those entitled people, depending upon what the haunts are. I'm not just going to just go to go. If I don't like the IPs, I'm not going to go. But this year, if I could have made it happen, I would have went. For those that have season passes at Schlitterbahn, Kansas City, they obviously with the lawsuit and everything, and rides not getting up to where they wanted them to be, with all the maintenance stuff going on and everything. What they did was, anybody that has a 2018 season pass is going to get a 2019 season pass for free. It's going to be on them. They're going to give it so you come back next year and everything's all gravy and hunky. You know, I think it's a great PR move, especially with all the baloney they got going on. And now they can build from that, especially once they rip down Varuk and they can put something else there. I think things will be better. Well, I think they'll be better, but who knows? So yeah, let's see. Waldemar announced. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but I saw it today. They're adding a new thrill ride for 2019 called Chaos, manufactured by what do you call it? Zamparella. And it's just like Frantic at Quasi, pendulum ride, swinging back and forth, going over the top. So they're adding that to Waldemar. I gotta say, I'm impressed with Waldemar. The first time I ever went there was 2010 during CoasterCon, and you know, it's not a huge park by any means, but they do have some great rides. You know, you get Ravine Flyer 2. They got 2 awesome dock rides. They got a nice log flume. They got another small Woody, and they got a drop tower, and they had some other rides. But there wasn't a lot of rides. There wasn't a ton of them. So they've been building ever since then. They've been just adding a whole bunch of stuff. So I think it's time I got to make a return there at some point to go back. It's gonna be, you know, I have a small, you know, I got a soft spot for these, you know, these family-owned, you know, small parks that they're not, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about like Six Flags and Cedar Fair and Disney's and stuff like that. I'm talking about like a Knoebels, a Waldemar, Knoebels, etc. You know, Canopy Lake and stuff like that. I have a nice little soft spot for that because it feels more intimate than just the hustle and bustle of a corporate park. So to see Waldemar, even from 2010 to now, do what they did, I applaud that. And the success that they've been having has been doing, what do you call it? You know, it just goes to show that whatever they're doing is working. My Fox TV station is showing NASCAR pickup trucks at Bristol, Tennessee for non-football fans. Totally agree, Charlie. The family and small parks have heart. And I agree with that. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, like Canopy Lake and Funtown Splashtown, they have their infighting between family members of who's doing what and what rides are going to get put in and what they're going to do and all that. But at the core of it all, you'll get more. I feel you're going to get a little bit more value and a little bit more sense of satisfaction out of a smaller park than you will a corporate park. I mean, the smaller parks have to kind of do a song and dance to get people to go in there because the majority of people think, oh, Six Flags, Cedar Point, Kings Island, etc., etc. You know what I mean? And unless you're pretty established, it's pretty tough, you know, in this kind of market. So to be able to see, and like Pennsylvania is just full of family small parks. I mean, you have your Hershey, you have your Dorney Park, and you know, then you got Knoebels and Idlewild and Waldemar, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. And I feel like if you look at Knoebels, the value that you get out of it, there's a lot to do. You get a lot, and they get a lot of great old rides. That's what I like, the nostalgia of that kind of thing, and that's what I like. Then you have, you know, Waldemar, another one that, you know, it's got some nostalgia, it's got some new, it's got some old. I did love Lakemont when it was open, and I guess next year they're gonna go to you know, I don't know. And did you hear that the Paw Sox are most likely leaving Pawtucket and going to Worcester? That was some news that was been going around today. So the government of Rhode Island has failed, but in a sense, I kind of agree with the taxpayers on that one. The people that own the Pawtucket Red Sox have millions and billions of dollars, and they're asking the state for however much money. The Grasses and PA is a good one. That's such like a weird park because like they got like water slides across the street in the parking lot, and then you go over the bridge and you go in and they got the thing, you know. And but yeah, the Paw Sox, it looks like they're probably leaving. Tomorrow there's an announcement in Worcester with the Paw Sox, so most likely the poor Sox will be out of here and going to Worcester, which I wouldn't want to put anything in Worcester. Worcester's like drug needle capital of the world over there. Worcester's pretty gross. I mean, I used to always, go to the Palladium, play at the Palladium, hang out at the Palladium, and, for concerts and stuff back in my Giggles days and stuff. And it's just a sketchy city. And like, even when I go to Rock and Shock, it's kind of like, get me in the building, I don't want to be outside anymore kind of place. It's really, really sketchy. I mean, I'm not saying Pawtucket's any better, but it's not as bad as Worcester. I mean, in that area, Pawtucket's not too bad. Depends which direction you go. Can be good or bad. I know if you're looking at the stadium from the street, that side street you go into the parking lot of the Poor Sox, if you go down that road, there's an awesome Portuguese restaurant down the road. I don't know if it's still there, but I will say that there's an awesome Portuguese restaurant. Small. Yeah, it's going to be like the Worcester Poor Sox or something like that. No, I think it's going to be the Worcester Woe Sox or something like that. Because they were doing the paw because of Pawtucket. Went up there last week. It sells like Jersey. Oh, smells, yeah. I'm not a fan of Worcester. We'll just leave it at that. Alright, so SeaWorld announced that they've struck a bigger deal with Rudolph and Friends for the Christmas event. And most likely... And it depends. If I go to IAPA, and if myself and Luco stay, that Saturday, like we're going home on the Sunday, if we stay, I think that's when it's, it would start then. So you would be able to see Rudolph and Friends. So that's something I got to wait for the official date on, and then talk to Luco. I'm just waiting to get my credentials from IAPA. So then myself and Luco can go down there. And we'll see what happens with that. Walt Disney World. Just so you know, if you go into Magic Kingdom, there are some things to be aware of. There's 2 rides that are going to be closing, so that they can build Tron. So the railroad's going to close, and they're going to park the train inside the station, and you're going to be able to do photo ops and see the train and do stuff that they've never done until that they're ready to open it. The Tomorrowland Speedway, that's going to shut down for a short amount of time and then reopen. So, yeah, it's going to start cranking. That starts next year at some point, and we're looking like around springtime-ish that they're going to close down the 2 rides. We don't know. I haven't heard how long the train is going to be down, but it's like if it's spring that the Speedway closes, the fall... it'll reopen. So there'll be 2 rides down in that park that... I mean, I can honestly say, and I cannot tell you why, I have never ridden the train in Magic Kingdom. I don't know why. I think what they should be doing, when they close down the Speedway, and I know they're not going to do this, but what they should do is get new cars at least. There's a nostalgic thing. It's kind of like it's a small world. Not everybody, but there's a big enough crowd that they don't want to get rid of the Speedway. For whatever reason it is. But they should theme these cars or whatever to Tron to kind of fit in with it. And then, because kids, the parents put their kids in it, the kids drive it, and there's a nostalgic thing. And again, the same thing with it's a small world. I've ridden that quite a few times in my life. If they ripped it out, I wouldn't be sad. I know a lot of people would come out with the pitchforks and torches if they did. I'm not a fan of It's a Small World. And I know that going to IAPA, we will be going to Mickey's Christmas party. And I know we're going to ride It's a Small World. And we'll probably have to do another live video like we did, last year when it was myself and Dave. And make some more jokes, I guess. My hatred for It's a Small World, and, I just want to make sure that I hit all the good rides at Magic Kingdom when I'm there. Check out all the shows like I did last year. I love it. And if I can get an opportunity to go, I'm going to go. And you know that. And you know we'll do live stuff like we did last year. Or maybe we won't. And maybe just upload it when I come back. I don't know. We'll see. That's still a ways off. What else do we got? Worlds of Fun announced today their big 2019 attraction. Actually, it's not an attraction. It's the Boathouse Grill. It's new for 2019. So they are not getting any rides. They are getting a new boat grill restaurant. That's what their 2019 investment is. So congrats to them. The Dumbos are where Mickey's house was. It's in that area. I think the tent. Not the Dumbo tent. You know where, I don't know how long ago you've been there, if you've been there since they moved the Dumbos, or have seen, they moved, obviously the Dumbos, there's two of them, but that's off to the right, over by the Goofy Coaster. Across from the Dumbos and the Goofy Coaster, where there's this circus tent, that is where the Mickey and Minnie's house was over there. I remember that. I remember the Mickey and Minnie house. All right, so Kings Island, they basically, a lot of people, and I think it's kind of genius marketing in a way, but a lot of people feel duped. They said, hey, we're having an announcement on National Roller Coaster Day, and then bam, they come out, they have this whole like ceremony thing going on, they talk about it, and then they announced the antique cars are coming back. Now, so many people were like, oh, you know, like up until this, we saw all the rumors about the Son of Beast returning, you know, like reincarnated, and people were like so high on getting a roller coaster. And so, yeah, so like I said, people had these high hopes. The way I look at it, for Kings Island, too soon to have another roller coaster, especially in the grand scheme of things. Now, within the next couple of years, they'll have another roller coaster, because there was a document that started floating around. I don't know how real or legit it is, but it looks like a legit document. And it was saying the next, like, for 2019, 20, and 21, I think, maybe even 22. B&M is listed as one of the workers. So people are like, oh, we're going to get our Giga. So I don't know. When the time comes, I'm not buying into all these like crazy rumors and stuff with any place. Because if you're looking at all these group sites that are on Facebook, everything is like a Cedar Fair fanboy thing. And you never really find out a lot of information about other parks, and I hate that. Especially if you're not saying you're a Cedar Fair fan of Cedar Fair, and you're supposed to be generic to everything, but it's really kind of like a turnoff. You know, I know we're SFNEOnline, and I try to bring everything possibly, and I know it's tough. I agree, Magic Kingdom should be cute. And I agree about that, that they should take a little bit more risk. Like they say, no risk, no reward. Magic Kingdom can do a lot more, but I think you're going to start seeing a turning point now. And the reason why I say that is, we've talked about this, Universal Studios down in Orlando changed the game. When they put Harry Potter with Hogsmeade and Hogwarts Castle, they changed the game. Because up until that point, Disney was just doing cookie-cutter attractions. I mean, look at Little Mermaid, for example. I like the movie. I'm not afraid to say that I like the movie, but I am also going to say that it looked kind of cookie-cutter. Look at the Seven Dwarf Mine Train. Look at that for an example. It looks like they got half a ride. Now, I do love the technology inside the dock ride slow area going on. I do like that. Agreed. But Beastly Kingdom would be awesome. Beastly Kingdom would be awesome. But the whole point of this is, because Universal changed the game with the Harry Potter stuff on both parks, on Islands of Adventure and the Orlando side, now Disney had to up its game. They know they can no longer do cookie cutter crap. They can't do it anymore because it's just going to bite them in the ass. The cookie cutter days for Disney has to be over, or they're going to lose eventually. I feel Universal is probably about, if Disney falters and does crap, and Universal stops with the screen the ride, if they can get their act together, Universal could potentially take over Disney as the best. Right now, Universal is not, maybe 10 years away, in my opinion. They're about 10 years away. They got some old attractions that need some updating. They got some attractions that are new that need to get the hell out. And they got some new attractions that are awesome. And they have some new attractions that absolutely suck. So, like I said, so Disney, and it's all going to really start with, I mean, Toy Story Land kind of started a little bit. That's still kind of a little cookie cutter. I think that was kind of filler to add in, nothing spectacular. I mean, I haven't seen it in person yet. But, I mean, it looks cool. But I would like to physically see it in my face, not like on somebody's YouTube channel or pictures. I want to physically see it. But Star Wars Land is really where it's going to be at. If they want to compete with Harry Potter, and if they screw this up, their goose is cooked. And I know they're all going out, and we've talked about this 5 million times, about Disney knows they have to up their game. They know that. You know, I like the land idea, but the coaster is short. You know, I would love to be able to sit there and look and see on the inside to see when they're developing something like Toy Story Land or Star Wars Land. Like, are they restricted by a budget? Are they like trying to be as cheap as possible and trying to get a lot for their money? Are they just being lazy? I don't know what goes on, and that's Universal as well too. I mean, if you look at Fast and Furious, Jimmy Fallon, if you look at Gringotts Bank, those are three prime Skull Island, 4 examples right there of rides that could have been better. Screen the ride, not enough of what I like out of a ride. And it's not that I'm really picky, I just don't want screen the ride. That's just what I'm saying. You know, and I know, and especially in Star Wars, they have this issue with The Last Jedi. And people, you know, a lot of hardcore fans are like really pissed about The Last Jedi. I mean, they were so pissed that they boycotted Solo. And I thought Solo was a fantastic movie. The people that were protesting really missed out on a great movie. Last Jedi, it doesn't really, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like a typical, like Force Awakens felt like a Star Wars movie. Last Jedi kind of went in a weird direction. And I like it for what it was. Is it the best Star Wars movie? By all means, no. But it just felt weird, and then people were pissed. So they're going to really have to... they're going to have to step up their game, is what they're going to have to do. So this... this Star Wars Land thing at Hollywood Studios is going to really have to bring up the game. I know they're doing it with the hotel and making it all immersive, and they're really going to really have to... do something, because if not, the goose is cooked. But I think because of what Universal did, now people going to these parks are expecting something big and bad. So when you bring it back to Magic Kingdom and you look at what there is in you know, like all the different lands inside Magic Kingdom, Tomorrowland's a mess. Tomorrowland needs a huge overhaul all around. I mean, you have Space Mountain; it's a classic, people love it, but that needs an overhaul. The Speedway needs an overhaul. You got, you know, they stopped the Stitch ride, and they're going to do whatever in there. Then you got Buzz Lightyear, you have the Laugh Floor, you have the Roto Jets, basically, that are up, you know, up above you. You're going to have Tron added in. But it looks like that whole area needs to be, honestly, if I was Disney, and I know this sounds crazy, especially with Tron coming in, Tomorrowland looks dated. It doesn't, it just looks like a bad 80s sci-fi movie in that whole area. They really need to, and if I was them, I would just shut down Tomorrowland, the whole section. I'm talking a full retheme of the area to what Tomorrowland should be. Matter of fact, I would go as far as retheming Buzz Lightyear, and I would retheme it to Meet the Robinsons. I don't know how many have seen Meet the Robinsons, but I love that movie to death. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's not the favorite, but it's one of the tons that I love. I just got this weird attachment, and I just love the whole story for Meet the Robinsons. I've always wanted to Meet the Robinsons ride. And then when you go into Fantasyland, and you have the Peter Pan, you have Winnie the Pooh, you got the teacups, you can go in to get the Dumbo and all that, and then you got the your little Wild West area, and you got your Splash Mountain, you got your Thunder Mountain Railroad, you got Adventure area, you got the Jungle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean. Jungle Cruise is another one that needs a huge makeover and kind of what do you call it? Needs to be brought into this century, so to speak. I know, the Tiki Room and all that. I know that there's a lot of nostalgic, but you gotta kind of update time to time. And again, they should be taking more risks. I know, I wish Robinsons wasn't a flop. I love that movie. I wish more people loved that movie. I don't know, maybe it'll find a following later on, 10, 20 years down the road. But I mean, Meet the Robinsons, it totally screams Tomorrowland. And speaking of retheme, that Carousel of Progress needs a nice retheme. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that could be done inside Disney that would be beneficial. All right, so what else? All right, so let's get into Canada's Wonderland announced Yukon Striker. So let me pull up, and I've already set it up so that I can still speak during this video. First, let's go over the stats. Let's do the stat thing. So you can see all the stats. It's breaking records. It's this tall. It's this fast. It's got these inversions. Except the last inversion doesn't really kind of look like an inversion. It's kind of like it just whips up. It doesn't seem like it went upside down. I feel it's 3 inversions, not 4. That's just my opinion, but that's what it is. All right, so where is it? So this is the announcement of this ride. I'm sure everybody has seen it. If you haven't, now you can see it. But and I put out a video and I released it late last night. Probably not the smartest thing to do because not many people have watched it. I'm sure people have watched it. First look, reaction. Watched it. I think the drop is the best part of this whole ride. Between the ride, down to the lake, into the tunnel, having a loop on a dive coaster for a few minutes. I mean, I've built dive coasters and stuff. Then you get to Great Lake, and it's like it was an afterthought. You got this helix going on, and then the ride ends. And it was like that they decided to do that just so they could make sure that they got the extra track length so that they could be like, oh, we got the longest one. And I don't feel that's the way that it should have went, but it's the way it went. And I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about it. I know there's a lot of people just going, this ride is blah. And the GP is going to love it. They're going to eat it up. Myself, I feel that dive coasters are a one-trick pony. the first time that you sit in the front row on the very first dive coaster you've ever been on, and you're just dangling there, and then it goes. And then after that, if you go sit back in the same seat, it doesn't have that psychological effect anymore. Then it just becomes a regular coaster, and then it's all up to the layout, the elements. Is it really good? Is it really bad? Are the forces there? Are you excited about it? You know, that's something you guys should let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think, let me know in the comments here, do you think that it's a, I mean, is anybody actually excited about the ride? You know, do you think it's a great, do you think it's a, I mean, it's probably most likely a great addition for Canada, for that park. You know, any addition is really a good addition unless it's total crap. But, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a crap? I mean, do you guys even like dive coasters? I mean, I love Shakra just because of the theming on it. And it's great. And I love the splashdowns, and that's what's missing from this one and Valraven. I mean, Valraven is like, they just put it on top of some grass and was like, here you go, have fun. I like them when they're themed. When you theme them, it's great. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that the reference to Skyrider, and I rode that Togo stand-up back in 1995. So I'm actually returning to Canada's Wonderland this year for Roller Coasters A for the ACE event, and what is it, September 15th? But we'll talk about that in a moment, because I got some information about that event. Just no flyer yet. But yeah, there's, you know, it is what it is, and I think overall it's a great addition for the park. I think the GP is going to love it. I'm not a fan of dive coasters. Actually, this from the looks and sounds of it, this dive coaster has the vest restraints, and people are complaining about that, saying it's going to totally take the forces away from it instead of having the normal restraints that are on dive coasters. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't ridden a dive coaster with the vest. I've only ridden them with just the regular over-the-shoulder restraints. So, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably not going to win any awards like Golden Ticket Awards' Best New Ride. But I feel, like I said, it's going to be good for the park. It's going to be good for the GP. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Because us coaster enthusiasts, we're just a tiny little glitch. You know, a little blip on the map for them. You know, we used to be something that meant something. But in today's world with social media and stuff and YouTube and all that, it just made coaster enthusiasts really irrelevant to the game. Realistically. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's got the, yeah. I mean, if you look closely at the restraints, it looks different, and people were just saying, from what I read, I watched the videos really quickly. You know, like as I was recording, talking about it, what I saw, what I felt, and all that. I go into great detail in the video. So, but yeah, it is what it is. The other news was Six Flags America announced today, Apocalypse closes down forever on September 8th. Now, this could go either way. They're either going to convert it into a flawless, which I think is a bad idea. It's the first stand-up. It's old as hell. I think it's time to take it and throw it in the trash. You know, it's time for something new. And the reason why I'm saying that is, I mean, I hate to see, I hate to see any ride, you know, go away. We all know over time rides hit their life cycle, and they have no choice but to get rid of them. You know, materials break down, and then the ride will eventually become unsafe, and it becomes a maintenance nightmare. Totally get it. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of hoping that they just take it and scrap it. I mean, the theming that they had on it was really cool. I love that Apocalypse theme. I'm hoping that they can get maybe a Raptor and put it in that spot. They need, and I'm really hoping and crossing my fingers and, you know, dotting my I's and crossing my T's and stuff like that. They always get really the shaft. You know, Six Flags America gets the shaft. And they don't get a lot of love like, you know, Magic Mountain or Great Adventure or Great America or Over Georgia or New England, you know, and, you know, or over Texas. So if you know what I mean? Like, all these other parks get love, and America and Laurent and Great Escape kind of get crapped on. So I'm kind of like, you know, inside me is going, please, just give them something new, something good. You know, they need something to get people re-excited about that park. And I think if they can just get rid of Apocalypse and put in a Raptor, I really think that'll start to revitalize the park. I mean, you have Raw. When I was there for CoasterCon, Raw was running great. Wild One was running great. Superman was running great. I didn't ride Apocalypse. I had ridden that, you know, years ago, and I'm not really a huge fan of stand-up roller coasters. My nuts get squished every time that I ride that, you know. I just yeah, and I didn't even see the stunt show, but I've heard nothing but awesome things about the stunt show. Six Flags America has turned itself around. I'm not saying that the park is pure crap. I am just hoping that they can give it some love. It needs a new coaster. It doesn't need a hand-me-down. It doesn't need, you know, it needs something good. And I think getting rid of Apocalypse, throwing it to the scrapyard in the sky, and putting a Raptor is the all-to go-to thing that needs to be done. That's what I don't know what you guys think. You can let me know, but that's what I think. I think the all-to go-to thing would be get rid of Apocalypse, forget the flawless conversion, put a Raptor in there, call it Wonder Woman, call it whatever you want to call it a day, and it would be awesome. That's what I think should happen. Honest opinion. So we talked about that. All right, so let's talk about... so the last thing I got is the Six Flags, the what we call the loyalty rewards program. So it's Six Flags membership rewards. It's a new loyalty program. You can sign up for it on August 30th. You got to sign into your membership portal. There's a huge... I made a video, and that released this morning. So you can watch that, and in great detail, I go over everything. Everything. Even give my thoughts on this. But here's the logistics about it. You have to have a membership, Gold Plus and higher. So, Gold Plus, Platinum, Diamond, and Diamond Elite are the only ones that can get it. All season passes, fun car, summer car, whatever the hell they got. The original memberships, nope. Tough luck. You can't. And you're going to be able to get things. You're going to be able to... You got to sign up, so that way it's, you know, hooked to your pass, it's hooked to your account, and you sign in it through the app or through the portal or whatever. So visiting the park, riding rides, seeing shows, buying stuff, entering contests, and doing other stuff gets you points, and then you can redeem them. And so far, the rewards are going to change, and when you sign it, you know, whatever park you're at, it's going to show you what you can redeem your points for. So you can get VIP parking, food discount vouchers, preferred parking, character dining experience, private character meet and greets, shopping discount vouchers, cabana rentals, free friend tickets, park VIP tours, all day 50% off diamond discounts, go-kart experience, exclusive membership merchandise, souvenir popcorn buckets, Fright Fest haunted maze passes, slingshot experience, giant pretzel, bags of candy, Dippin' Dots, icy, cotton candy, free games, Coca-Cola fountain drinks, 2 rental churros, exclusive bottle holders, and ride / character photo prints. Those are just some of the things, and they said they're going to keep changing them out. It's officially, like, official as of January 1st, but as of August 30th, you can sign up and start collecting. They're going to start doing tests and stuff, and you'll be able to collect points and then redeem them. Yeah, they're going to track everything you do, and they're going to give you points for it. They did say you don't actually have to physically ride the ride to get the points, but you can check in at the ride. I mean, if you think about it, they're gonna reward you by doing this. Not only are they tracking you, they're taking that data and they're going, what are the people's... It's just another way to figure out how to see what you do, what you like, and cater your experience based off of the data just from you. And they can send messages and stuff to you to get you to spend money. It's a genius idea. I get it. I mean, if you're looking to do something like that, I mean, I don't see other parks doing this. It's innovative. I know it's kind of freaky, but I mean, it's no freaky than you were looking at some kind of product online and then go on Facebook 5 minutes later and it's there in your face on your Facebook. It's creepy as hell, and they're collecting data. They're data mining so that they can, for future reference. I'm telling you. There's like this whole big thing that's going to come out of it that may be really extra creepy and screw everybody, or it's going to be really awesome and cater to your personal experience every time you go to the park. You know, after you've gone a few times, they're going to know what you like to do. Mr. Six is always watching. You know? So, yeah, I'm for it. Especially if you think about it, all our freedoms are gone anyway. Freedom is an illusion. You're tracked, you're watched every 5 seconds. I'm sure that my house could be even bugged. I don't know. Or they were using my webcam, even though I'm projecting to you. They're watching. And they're going, hey, look at this idiot standing there talking about roller coasters and stuff. Yes, checking in requires your phone. So if you do not bring your phone in, you cannot use the... I don't think you're going to just sit there and scan your pass at every ride. If you... It just says where is it? I don't think I have it on this paper. Yeah, no, it's not on this paper. There's cashing in your points. You can use you go into the, it says your member service portal or your Six Flags mobile app. Choose a reward you want from the list, click redeem, and then you can immediately use your reward at the park. No, so you don't physically have to go on the ride to check in. You know, you can just literally just be like, I'm at Superman. I'm sure it's kind of like GPS tracking. Go to the ride, go to where Superman is somewhere, stand in front of it, and beep, oh, I'm here. And you get points for doing that. You get points for walking in the park. You get points for buying stuff, eating stuff, doing contests, filling out, doing surveys. Oh, even, I don't know. See, here's the weird thing. Some of this stuff you can already get if you have a Diamond Elite, like the Haunted House Maze bracelet. You get that already with a Diamond Elite pass. But anything other than that doesn't. So some of this stuff, and they said they're going to keep changing out the rewards. So I don't know exactly what rewards for sure are going to happen on August 30th when you go check into a park. So I don't know. I think I am going to play hooky from work that day and just go to the park on announcement day. So we'll see. I don't know. So I don't know. What do you guys... My problem with Cedar Point, I mean, it'd be. I mean, here's the thing: we don't know exactly the true process until it. This is just the stuff that I got right off the website. You can look. It's already on their website. We won't know exactly how everything works until it works. You know what I mean? Like we do it. So we'll have to go in more in-depth detail. I'm also going to talk with the park, get some answers, and see and go from there. But any and all suggestions that everybody has, if you leave them in the comments or if you message me privately or whatever, I can make a compilation of questions. You know, like kind of like we did when they announced all these crazy tiers of memberships. and all that, and people were like, hey, and then I went to the park, I talked to the park, I sat down, we went line by line, question by question, and they answered everything. So we can do that again if people have a lot of questions about this. So one, you can watch the video that's on this channel that was released this morning. I go in way more depth about this than what I'm talking about now. And if you still, after watching that video, still have questions, by all means, hit me up, ask me a question, or leave a comment on the bottom of that video. I will take that comment, and I will compile a list, and I will take it to the park, and I will ask. Yeah, Cedar Fair, again, the problem is the CEO. He's trying to run Cedar Fair like Disney. He has a Disney background. He's trying to run it like Disney with all these different weird things that Disney does and trying to price it like a Disney, and it just doesn't work. People are pissed about how the fast lanes work, and especially with Steel Vengeance. People are pissed at how expensive it is, how they get you coming and going, and people are just pissed right now with Cedar Fair. There's always the fanboys for whatever, if it's Kings Island or Kings Dominion or Cedar Point or whatever. And there's people that absolutely hate Six Flags, and they're like, Six Flags is crap. You know what I mean? And so it's all in all, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Cedar Fair all around, and I mean, if you look at the numbers for attendance are down at a lot of Cedar Fair parks, and then it's weird. Six Flags was up this year over Cedar Fair. It kind of weirded me out a little bit, because usually it's like Cedar Fair is always on top, and you can't always be on top, and I get that. There's no I'm always on top crap. That just doesn't happen. Yep, it's 3:28 a.m. for Luca. He's probably passed out sleeping. He's probably not even watching. He's probably snoring away. Good night, little Luco. I'm sure you're sleeping right now. But yeah, so there's a lot of things. I mean, like I've said it a million times, there's no park that's perfect. Not Disney, not Knoebels, not Cedar Fair, not Six Flags. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has faults. And I mean, I always seem to look like I'm a Six Flags like fanboy total, because I run SFNEOnline. I talk about Six Flags New England, but that's just because it's my home park, and that's the one I go to the most. You know what I mean? But I do have love for other parks, even more than Six Flags New England. It's just how I'm caught up in the world. At Disney World, everyone can use Fast Pass. Will Cedar Fair be made? Man, everyone should use Fast Lane. Well, the problem, and I mean, it's weird, but I think Disney's actually heading towards a pay Flash Pass. They've been testing it out, and I'm sure any way that they can make money, that's what it's going to be. They're probably going to have, what they're probably going to do is they're going to give you the basic, come back and visit me at this such and such time, like they always have, for free. But if you want to get in through that line quicker, you bet your ass they're probably working on a pay model that gets you to skip the line, and they're going to make buku bucks on this. You watch. You watch. You're going to see that happen. Mark my words. I said it here. It's coming. Because, I mean, if you take away the the Fast Pass at Disney, people are going to be total, like, bullshit about it. They're just going to go nuts. They're gonna go crazy that you got rid of the Flash. But people are like, this was free, and now I got to pay for it. Screw you. They're just going to be pissed. And people are not going to want to deal with that. So you gotta play your cards right. So they'll have the Fast Pass basic, and then you know what I mean. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. All right, so here I'm gonna play tease the fans of Six Flags New England. What I'm going to say is, it's not fact. This is pure speculation. And I am not going to give... Hey, what's up, Daniel Gilbert? Well, I know I haven't really played with the app, because everybody was saying when the memberships came out the app was basically crap for the membership. I'm sure it's changed, but supposedly in the app they're gonna you're gonna be able to check in and whatever. I mean, there was a lot of suggestions that I made to Kyle before he moved over to Great Adventure. You know, as I played with the app more and more, because he always sent me a beta version that wasn't out yet. I always got this beta version from him when they were getting ready for the next update so I could try it out. You know, I'd go to the park, I'd look at it, I'd try it out, and then I'd go home, and then I'd write Kyle an email and go, hey, this is cool, this sucks, try this, add this. And then they played with stuff. And a lot of suggestions that I actually made to him actually got put into the app. I mean, that was the cool thing when Kyle worked there. He always came to me and was always like, hey, check this out. What do you think? You know, give me some, like, when the memberships came out, can you give me some feedback? You know, what did you like? What did you not like? And I like that Six Flags New England made me part of, you know, behind the scenes kind of stuff, because they knew I always played with all the stuff. I'm like a 5-year-old. I loved playing with the app. I liked doing all that. And I hope they continue to trust my... matter of fact, last week I sent this email over to the park saying how to fix their water park problem. I think we talked about this. And then the park responded back with like, wow, you really did some research. And they thanked me for the email. When they responded back, they loved it. Hello, Robert and Ella. Hello. You know, I mean, I went into detail, and it wasn't like, oh, this sucks and that sucks. I'm like, this needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. Here's your problem. Here's this. This is how you fix it. And so hopefully what I've said this year gets implemented over the next few years. Because I touched about the crowding with the food areas. I touched on the changing rooms. I touched on how there's supposed to be the... I don't know. What do you mean SFNE Hurricane Harbor is half closed now? I don't know. Well, it might start getting that way like during the week because kids are going back to school. So they do what they call mini harbor. And then weekends they open it up based on attendance. But yeah, I touch base on a lot of stuff. Like, you know how like the Diamond and Diamond Elite have that special line to get in? And what do you call it? And North Half, that's where Tornado and Lazy River and stuff is, right? I think so, yeah. I think that's the North Half. The big wave pool and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you know, I told them, you know, that it's a free-for-all in the beginning with the line for Diamond and Diamond Elite. And I told them they need more food options on the other side by Bonsai Pipeline. I said, no more food options where they are. Everybody's there. You need to bring the food options that way to split the people. Because if not, people are waiting up to 2 hours on busy days for food. No need for that. So, I told them what to do, how to fix it, the best way to approach it. And I think hopefully something happens. But anyway, so like I was saying... 2019. Actually, this year's been pretty tight-lipped, which is kind of shocking because usually somebody's flapping their gums about something. Now, we heard one thing, and then we heard another thing, and then we heard another thing. So, express entrance gate should be for people who can get through in less than 10 seconds, not only elites. I mean, that's why they did the memberships. You have this line for you guys, and everybody else go over here. Now, they should have lines like season pass holder. I mean, we all cried about that, season pass holder lines. We all cried about that, right? We all did. We were like, hey. And then now we have the elite thing, and then the people that don't have that access are like, hey, what the hell? Like, why do they get it and we don't? The way that the world has become is you want things quicker, you don't want to wait, you pay for the privilege. And those that either don't have the money or don't want to pay don't get the privilege. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's the way the world has become. People's mentality is really weird nowadays. You got the... You know what's funny? I didn't know what was it? SJW. I didn't know what that abbreviation was, and I actually had to look it up the other day. The Social Justice Warriors. Had no clue what that was. I'm not hip to the abbreviations. And I take the time and I spell out what I'm saying. I don't... I mean, the only abbreviations will be like, oh, LMFAO or LOL. What's that? TBH, to be honest. I didn't even know what that was. You pay, you get. Otherwise, yeah, no short line for you. It's just the way that the world has gone, and I know a lot of people don't like that. Me, I'm willing to pay, especially if it's a busy day. I am very impatient, and single Jewish women, yeah, you could do that for SJW. But yeah, I mean, with all the, what do they call it, rage culture now? People are like freaking out and they're just attacking everybody, so they call it SJW. I had no clue what it was until the other day, because I was reading something about Chris Hardwick, and like in the title of the YouTube video was saying SJ. I'm like, what the hell is an SJW? So I typed in Google and I'm like, oh, okay. Made sense. And then when I watched, I'm like, oh, everything makes sense now. But I had no idea. No clue. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, back to... So, I'm going to play a little game with your minds right now. And hopefully this weekend I will find something that can prove while I play with your minds. What I want you to do... I don't know when the next time other people are going to the park. I'm not going to tell you the attraction or attractions. I'm just going to tell you locations to look. Now, I'm going to give you 3 locations. And one of them maybe just to mess with you, to kind of throw you off the scent. But you won't know which ones. So 1, go look in the water park, number 1. Number 2, go look in Crack Axle Canyon. And number 3, go look in D.C. That's all I'm going to say with it. And I'm not going to say anything else more than that. But I can tell you, 1 is just sending you on a wild goose chase. I'm being that much of a you-know-what. But I'm telling you, if you go look... You may not see anything, because I've been doing the research. I looked at Agawam's Town Hall. I looked for the upcoming meeting. There is nothing. I don't know if they're playing hide. I don't know if they have to do it yet. I don't know if they've talked to the town on the hush-hush, and we're like, hey, we're going to do this, but we don't want to put it out yet. Can we do it? Yeah, no, maybe, secret. I don't know. I don't know. But, and keep in mind, the other thing, too, to keep in mind is that next year is the 150th year or anniversary of being in Agawam that place has been. So that place has been in Agawam for 150 years. So put that in mind with what I'm talking about, and use your minds, your brains, and maybe you might come up with an answer. Maybe you will not. Maybe I know something, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just playing with your mind. Either way, it's still fun to do. Maybe I know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to make you go somewhere and go look for something. But either way, Sunday, I'm going to be on the same wild goose chase that you guys are on. And I'm hoping to find something. Oh, and in good news is Crime Wave is being put back together today. So that should be opening very, very soon. I don't know when. I hope the weekend, but we don't know. Superman's waiting on parts. Goliath's waiting on parts. Kryptonite's busted. But I know they're waiting on parts for that, so that could be up soon. We may or may not see the blue train on Superman for the rest of the year, depending upon... The last I knew was the wheels were blown on it. They busted 2 wheels on a ride. And... that's what they're waiting on. I don't know if there's an underlying problem with the train besides the wheels going out. I don't know if there's something with the train itself that needs some TLC, some love. I don't know. But we'll find out about that more sooner than later when it comes back up. I don't see it taking that much longer to come back up. It's just wheels for the time being. Goliath, I have no idea what's wrong. I have no idea what parts they're waiting on. There's just an issue. And Crime Wave will be back up. Kryptonite's waiting on parts. It's been a bad year all around. Bad year. But anyway, so before we go, don't forget registration for Riding of the Bull. I got the paper right here. I got the paper. I got to sign up for it. When is the deadline? I hope I didn't miss it. Okay, online registration ends August 31st for Riding of the Bull 10. So if you want to go to Riding of the Bull, you better get it. You know, better do it. Online registration. Because Riding of the Bull is September 8th. So keep that in mind too. Now, Roller Coasters A. One thing that I did find out about what do you call it? About that event. The flyer is not out yet. It's coming soon. But what I did, I've been talking on the post about it because I haven't been back to Canada's Wonderland since 1995. That's 23 years. Damn. I was in high school when I went. Anyway, so it says morning ERT is going to include Behemoth while finishing the night off with Leviathan. And there's going to be tours. There'll be all new ones that they've never done before. And there'll be food too. And he says, can't forget the food. If you've never had a beaver tail, then you will here. I have no idea what a beaver tail is. I'm going to actually Google that real quick. I've heard of beaver tail, but I don't know what beaver tail. Oh, the Canadian part. What do they have? Bring me to the, where's the website? What is a beaver tail? Beaver tail food. What is a beaver tail? Oh, what is it? A donut? It says a Canadian donut. Hand-stretched wheat dough, maybe deep fried like its counterparts, but distinguish itself as a Canadian staple treat. We explore its legacy on this thing. So what is it? It's just... It looks like a doughboy with crap on it. That's what it looks like. Well... yeah, so whatever it is, I don't know. I'm not gonna knock it till I try it, I guess. Yeah, Riverside opened in the late 1800s. I don't know how old. I had seen something. I don't know if I still have it. I might have deleted it. I'm looking. Bear with me a second. I think what I had, I deleted. Yeah, what I had, I deleted, and I'm not going to, what do you call it? I'm not gonna, I think it's on my computer, and I'm not gonna, what do you call it, post it. I don't want people to see that. But, yeah. Yeah, so basically it's like a doughboy, a fried dough, and they got stuff. There was a Whistle Stop Park where the picnic grounds are now, but the park opened... Yeah, the amusement park itself opened in the 40s, but it was a picnic grove in the 1800s. So that's why people are saying, hey, it's this old, it's blah, 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 because the... I mean, it was an amusement park in the 40s, and then it was... It's kind of like a weird thing how parks say how long they've been around. Granted, they were a picnic park, you know, a trolley park before they were an amusement park, but they still count that as operating before the amusements. Just putting that out there. But yeah, Riverside opened up in the 1800s. The Picnic Grove of the thing opened in the 1800s, late 1800s. But again, the amusement park opened in the 40s, and now you have what you have now. I know it's weird. SeaWorld's, knock on wood, is having a great year after the bad. Well, I think I think SeaWorld is slowly starting to get it. And I keep saying it, and I'm sure we're going to say it a million more times. I've said it a million, and we'll say it more. I know we will. They had to get away. They had to get away from the whole Shamu thing. And then if you look at what the rides that they're putting in and the stories, it's about animal rescue. It's about families. It's about adding some rides, getting away from the animal aspect. Because right now, if they came back out and was like, blah, 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 they're trying to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, I mean, you gotta give it a SeaWorld. They had to kind of take a breather, take a step back, try to work through the baloney, do what they had to do, get rid of people in the corporate level, and then just start. Yeah, Shamu's, and it's probably still is, but the problem is, they have to reinvent themselves to get out of their crap, and the only way to do that is one, remove. You can't remove the killer whales. They have to stay there until they die. Once they're dead, then you can graze their habitat and put rides or whatever. But they need to stop with the show, do the education thing, do anything that they do with animal exhibits or rides, make it animal rescue, just take Shamu as the mascot away, and then I think they'll be fine. If they cater to the family like they're doing, adding Sesame Street to the parks for the families, adding different aspects of family rides, family attractions, and then adding some thrills, doing family shows, doing family events, doing different concerts, and doing like a food and brew. That is where what they have to do to get people into the parks. Doing what they did before, which is kind of like nothing, was bad. And then they kind of really did nothing when the whole Blackfish debacle came out, and then the rest is history. So I think if they just continue their current pattern, kind of step it up a little bit, they'll be okay. That's what I think. So yeah, so we learned about all the stuff this week. We're gonna get out of here in a few minutes, and then we'll be back. But so don't forget, if you see me in the park on Sunday, if you're there, come by, say hi. Don't worry, I don't bite. Remember, Sunday throughout the day we will have coverage. Tomorrow we may have coverage of the Washington County Fair, and yeah, we'll handle with that. And then I will tell you, I've got behind the scenes tours being worked out right now with what do you call it? Fortress of Nightmares in Newport, and 13th World in Cumberland, and Fairtown in Seekonk. So this year is going to be crazy with haunts. I got to finish up this weekend the sort of Hauntapalooza tour, and then I'm going to make a video talking about it. So if people want to go, if we can get enough people interested, we can at least get a group rate, maybe not an event, maybe work on it for next year for an event at a haunted house, which would be cool. So we'll see what happens. Again, we're going to try the t-shirt thing. If you don't buy one, totally get it. But, yeah, Bush always owns SeaWorld. So, yeah. We'll see. So, it's probably going to be a few weeks before you start seeing a link to buy a t-shirt. But, yeah, we're working on designs. I'm going to buy some samples of what they are. See how the material is, if it's any good. So, we'll see how that works out. We're going to get out of here. I will see you guys next Thursday. We'll be talking about Kids Fest, the Northern Lights Laser Show, and any other craziness that comes our way from the next week. And we'll see what happens. So without further ado, I am getting out of here. I hope to see you guys next week. And if you happen to watch this and waited to the very end and actually got through this, God bless you. I will see you guys next week. Make sure you subscribe, like it, share it, all that usual stupid spiel stuff. And see you guys next Thursday. And until then, everybody, peace out. Keep on coasting, y'all.